Scotty? Hello, Draki. Hi, it's me. Hello, Scotty. Hi, it's me, Scott T. It's me, Scotty, apparently. Is this really loud? Is the audio super loud? How's the audio? Depends on who you ask. I'm asking you. Because it's loud to me. Like, it feels a little loud to me. Got it. Okay, up the tempo. Like, audio... how's the music relative to my voice? For you, it's a little loud. Yeah, it's just... I don't know why this game's so loud. Just turn it down here a little bit. We just need a touch of music. Just to set the mood a little bit. Is that better? Now there's no music. Great. How about right there? It's hard because I'm not hearing, I'm not listening to the OBS output. Now it's way too loud. Are you serious? Okay, split the difference. How's that? It's probably fine. You're killing me. You're killing me over here. Hi, it's me, Scott. That's perfect. Great. Hi. We're going to play some Picross. Here's the thing about Picross. I had never played a proper Picross game. But I did play Paint It Black on my phone, and I enjoyed that. And I did play an insane amount of that Konami, whatever they called it, picture puzzle, whatever, game last year that was actually probably the best game of 2019. It's like I don't think I've even finished it. I did like 7 million puzzles, and there's still more to go. Anyway, I got this Picross S, and I've been cranking through it. No, it's not like that. It's kind of like a version. It's like a drawing-based Sudoku, sort of. Like I think it takes kind of similar puzzle solving vibe to Sudoku, but it's more visual. So I think we're gonna just play some. This one has these mega Picrosses, and they're really weird. Maybe we'll do some of those. They're hard and weird. I've been cranking through all these. I've been getting to where they're pretty hard. My general impression so far, there's something about, like, it's weird to say that there's like Picross styles or whatever, but there's something about the puzzles in this where there's a lot of ones. And I find those a little annoying because they take a lot of time. And I get that that's how they make them harder, but, well, I'll show you what I mean, maybe. Yeah, go to sleep. This will be your lullaby. So I think I'm pretty good at Picross, but it might be in the same way that I think I'm pretty good at Tetris until I see somebody else played Tetris, and then I understand what it is to actually be good at Tetris. So I might not actually be good at Picross, but I think I'm okay at it. 14, 6. Wait. 13. All these ones everywhere. I do like the music. It took me a while to realize what the music reminded me of, and I eventually realized that it reminds me of a cross between the Doogie Howser theme song, and I'll point that part out in a minute, and a Dust Brothers track from the Fight Club soundtrack. Okay, that's the Doogie Howser part. Oh, there was a 12 right there. I didn't even see it. Oops. Is that not 7? Wait. It defaults to having that assist on, which I kind of have. I've left on just because I... Why would that be invalid? This is for sure. There's a 7 here. If 7 crosses this at all, it has to go there. Why does it say that's wrong? Oh, because there's no way to... Okay, so maybe I made a mistake here. That would be 8. That would be 9. Oh, I did do this wrong. That is a mistake. Yeah, I don't quite know about having that assist on, because it is helpful for like typos. But that was an actual problem. I probably shouldn't have known that. That was a silly mistake on my part. But it does, there's like a boss puzzle at the end of each collection of puzzles with no assists. So I don't know, maybe if I play competitive Picross, I'll turn off that assist. But this is a Picross and chill stream. Can't get too hung up on puzzle problems, on assist problems. One of the things I really like about Picross, I love, by the way, if you didn't know this about me, I love crossword puzzles. And one of the things but I also, once upon a time, really liked Sudoku. Crossword puzzle is probably my favorite kind of puzzle. But one thing I like about Picross that is different than a crossword puzzle is all the information you need is right in front of you. Like, you don't need any other knowledge. And I like that about crossword puzzles, because I like sort of the... Crossword puzzles aren't all about trivia, but it definitely helps in many cases. But I like that just everything we need to know is right in front of us here. Doesn't this seem like this has to be enough to go across? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Oh well, that gets us this far. Chat, I'm sorry to ignore you for a minute, but you know, I gotta get a good record time here. Also 13. There's probably like actual strategies and, you know, Picross things that people do, but I don't know. Here's the Doogie Howser part though. That's what I'm here for. And when I said I was good at Picross, and now I'm going super slow on this puzzle. That could be something. Listen to this song. It's so relaxing. It's like being in a shopping mall in the future. So that could be a 3. That's a 2 though. This almost certainly has to be a 1, right? Like, it has to be. No way we could get to that other 2 yet. That's probably... Beautiful. Oh look, we had enough to go all the way across there. I didn't even know it. That's hard for me to spot on these bigger puzzles. Like, who would have known that would go all the way across? Now we know. That's clearly 3. We have our 1 there. Have our 1 there. Maybe one day I'll watch a video of someone who's good at Picross and learn that I'm not actually good at it. But today's not that day. Today, I live in a world where I'm good at Picross. What is that? Oh yeah, of course, there could be a 1 there. And there's a 1 there because it's a 3. And that would make 2 1s. 1, 1. Yeah, so that has to be there. Okay. Ouch, my noggin. It's kind of hard to talk while doing this. Maybe this isn't the best game to stream, but I'm streaming it. Already streaming it. We got to the Doogie Howser part, like, just doing it. I need to just write some software that just makes generic music like this and just listen to it forever. Oops. Oh boy, we did it. Okay, what happened? What's going on, chat? Oh yeah, I should explain the rules, huh? Yeah. Oh, don't alert him while he's sleeping. Windows is fragile. So after that stream earlier today, I did get that fluid synth working, and it did that thing that happened on my same home Windows machine whenever I run, what was it? Audition or Premiere, that like messes up some system level like audio sample rate problem, and then OBS when I tried to run this sounded like a nightmare. Okay, let's do an easy baby and talk about how this game works and maybe some of the strategies. Or I could just like do a hard one and explain what I'm doing. Oh yeah, we'll do an easy one. Ooh, those are gonna get intense. We'll start with this first baby. So the idea here is there's rows and columns, and each column has 2 numbers in it, or 1 number, some number of numbers that reflect how many kind of active dots there are in that column. How many dots we will color in this column. If there's 2 numbers, it means there's a discontiguous line of dots. So this one will be 1 dot and then some amount of space and then 3 dots. This one will be 3 dots and some amount of space and 1 dot. And sometimes all the information you need is in one column. Like looking at this column, we don't need any outside information because we only have a total of 5 and there has to be a space between. So we know there's 1, 2, 3 and a space and a 1. There's just no other configuration that could have been. However, if we didn't know that, looking at one that we don't have enough information, oops, like this 3, well, it could be 3, 3, 3, or it could be 3, 3, 3, or it could be 3, 3, 3. And you should never have to guess in Picross. Like you can always arrive at conclusions based on a data that you have. So even though it's tempting to guess sometimes. So for example, this is a 3. It's very easy because there's only 3 available spaces. These 1s, it can only be 1 space 1, can only be 3. This 1 could be any one of these, so there's not enough information on these. But for the most part, this puzzle, you can, most of the rows and columns like fully describe the contents of those rows and columns. Now, one important thing is you sometimes can work on partial information. Like this is a 2. I know there's 2. It could be this one, or it could be this one. I don't know which it is, but whichever one it is, I know that this one is here. So I use that all the time, like partial solution. So even if I didn't know anything about the vertical, I could look at this and say, well, there's definitely that is active. So those are the basics. And then it gets kind of more and more complicated the bigger the puzzles there are. And there's certain like little tricks and shorthand. I'm sure there's tons that like people who actually know what they're doing have developed, but I have like a little toolkit of conclusions that I draw to solve puzzles based on limited information, because the bigger the puzzle gets, the harder it gets to come up with those conclusions. Like looking right here, it might be tempting to say like, oh, it looks like drawing wise a 1 should go here, but I would never do that. You should be able to say, okay, we have our 3, so we know we're done there. We know there's a space here, means it has to be 1 here, and then you turn it on. Like guessing, you just shouldn't have to guess. And if you do guess, you will likely get into trouble. So those are the rules, and it gets more complicated. So that was one, half the puzzle was kind of marked out for us. If we go to this one, it's more complicated. This is a 10 by 10 puzzle, but there's some conclusions that I can draw immediately. Like I see this 9 here. So I know if I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 going this direction, it would fill those squares. And if I went the other direction, it would fill up to that. So I know that there's an overlap. So I know, that that those 9 are definitely active. Same thing for 8, but I know a little less. And that would work down to 7, and that would work down to 6 on 10 by 10 puzzles. But anything lower than that won't work because you have to have more than half of kind of available spaces. When you look at something like this, like I know, okay, there's lots of conclusions you can kind of draw from the edge. So I know that this row, these rows, these 4, all start with 1s. And so that means there couldn't be 1 here, because if there was ever something here, that would mean that this row now starts with a 2. Here, actually. Like that would mean that this row starts with a 2, which is wrong. So I know for sure that there's never going to be anything in those spaces. And since I know the first number is a 1, I know that, and the second number is a 1, and the third number is a 1. And then now it gets a little different. This one, the next number in the series, coming from the right to left, I know is a 1, so that's good. Now I know it's a 2, but I know I already have all the information I need because I already have the first of that. So the numbers the spaces have to be contiguous. So I know that's a 2, that's a 2, that's a 2. Because I know there's a 2 and a 4, well, obviously a 4 can't fit here. It has to go down here. I already have 3 here, so this isn't the 2, so it has to be the 4. So I just continue like that. This is a space where we know a 2 fits in 3, so we'll just do this. What's another favorite strategy of mine? Well, here's another case where we know that this starts with a 4, but we can't, if we put 1 here, we'd have 3, which is not enough. And if we put 1 there, we'd have 5, which is too many. So we know that 4 can't start there. Here's a place where we know there's 4 and we already have a vertical to cross. So we know that we at least have to go here. Maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and extends out here, but it's one or the other. This is an example where we can know that we have these individual ones but we know they can connect because it's going to be 8. So everything up to the 8th square, which is here, we know has to be connected. And in fact, 8 blank 1 is 10. So we really know that we have enough information to fill the whole row. This starts with a 4, so we know we connect these to make a 4. We know a 1 is next, we know a 2 is next, etc., etc. We know that this is a 1, so this has to be a 2. If you ever have a dot that's on the edge of a row or column, it makes things really easy because then the last number in the series is just how high you can go. So I know starting here I can go up to 8, so I know I've got all these. This is an important one. I have a 2 up there. I only have 1 space down here, so I definitely know it doesn't go down there, even if I didn't know about this up here. I know that this 4 is the only thing in this whole row, so we can close off that row. We know that this only has an 8, but 8 obviously is not going to fit in this 1, so that goes away. We already have our first number, which is the 1 here, so we know that's wrong. We know that this 8 starts here, etc., etc. We have a 2, etc. And then we have this 2. We know that there's a 6 down here, but there's 7 spaces. But we know that this 9 is closed, like we already have all 9, and now we can fill in the 6. So that's how it worked. And I just try to do that as quickly as I can and go through as fast as I possibly can. And it just gets harder and harder. So let's jump back to the hard puzzles. Did all that make sense? Oh, shoot. I blocked part of the play area. Sorry about that. It feels like programming. Yeah, it kind of does a little bit in that, like, I mean, in terms of making the pieces fit together, there's something really satisfying to me about that kind of thing. Okay, so I'm covering the play area. Let's put me, that's not what I clicked. Put me over here. How's that? Okay. 10-second handicap. So this is a 15 wide puzzle. There's a 15, so we know we can go all the way across. Wait, why would that throw an error? What? That makes no sense. Oh, that's a 1 and a 5. I'm sorry, I thought it was a 15. Ugh, okay. But I know this is an 11. And so I know that I would count all the way up past to 11, all the way up past to 11, so I know those are valid. And then I can just rattle out the first numbers because they will all start on that left-hand side. It's embarrassing. I thought that 1 and 5 was 15. It's that thing where every time I stream, whatever I'm doing, my IQ drops by a few points. Okay, so by an 8 on a 15 grid is the least, is kind of the smallest number that you can surmise anything from just in one column. So I know that that is on, but I have this 3, and so I can do this trick where I know it's going to push the 8, 3 plus the space in the middle. So I usually start at 8 and then go space 1, 2, 3. So I know that, and I can do this number. Great. Are there any more super easy ones? This would be a 6, space 1, 2, 3, 4, because that's where 6 would start coming from this direction. It's where the overlap would be. So I know no matter what, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I have to, these two squares have to be used. That is a super common one. This one, there's a 7 in this, and I already have 4, and that's by far the biggest number. There's only a 2 and a 1, so I know this has to be the 7. This guy looks like there'd be a 1 space 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's all that can fit up here. There's no other option. And then I know this has to be the 5 because I already have a start on it. Any other gimmies? So now all of these, the numbers are small enough that we have to actually start, doing work. I don't see any other obvious ones. Sometimes it's not really obvious, and it can be like sometimes it will look like a bunch of tiny numbers, but with the spaces between them, you actually will cover the whole board. Like this 3, 2, 3, that totals to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, space is 8, 9. So there's 9. So there's enough information to go 9, but that doesn't do us any good because all these numbers are too small for that to make a difference. So let's just start. We can still do this left to right thing in some cases. So we know we have a 3, and then we know the next number is a 1. We know this number is a 3. We have these two numbers here. So because this starts with a 4, we can't start here because we'd end up with 5. So we know that that is not valid. And because of that, we can kick out these 3 and bump this whole column up by 3. Which is handy. All these games are on sale, by the way. Picross S4, I think, is about to come out. So this is Picross S1, and then there's 2 and 3, and I think they're all on sale right now. So this second number is a 3, so we know there'll be at least 3. This 2, we don't really know much about. This has to be the 2, because the 3 we wouldn't come this early. And because that's true, we know this 1 is true. And that means we know this isn't the 1, we know it's the 5, and so we know the furthest it could ever reach is that. Like if the 5 went fully this direction, that's as far as it could possibly go. And in fact, it'd be 1 space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, really, because there's a 1 in front that would push it out a little further that way. What else do we know? We know that's a 2, and that means we know that this is a 2. And that means we know this is a 3, and so on and so on. So as you draw continued conclusions based on new information as it emerges. I really like that. I like that there's no guessing, that everything you need is right there from the very start. And that's really the biggest pitfall in this game is feeling like you have enough information when you really don't. It's kind of easy to start jumping to conclusions, and then you're sort of doomed. We already have 3 here. We know that this is only 4, so it could never reach to this 5. This 4 could only reach here, and the 6 could only reach there, so we know that this will never be filled. This is definitely a 2 that could only reach 1, so all of these are invalid. Same for that 2. This is a 2 also, and it's the first number, so that's not there. Somewhere up here is a 3, but I don't know that I have enough information. That would be 8 space 1, 2, 3. Actually, it would be. We have just enough to get the tip of it. And the way I figured that out is if I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, space 1, 2, 3. That's the shortest it could be if it started at the top. If it started, if it started at the bottom. If it started at the top, it'd be 1, 2, 3. So I know there's an overlap. I know that 3 is gonna overlap there either way. These are probably really basic Picross concepts. This is a 5, and I have 3, so I'm only going to reach 2 in both directions. These headphones hurt my head so much. They hurt it so much. Man, I miss my good headphones. Should I make them bigger? Would that help? I think it just makes them wider. Draclin, I'll finish this puzzle, and then I will answer all your questions. So I have a brain that's a certain kind of analytical, organizing brain that wants to put the world into order, but of course the world is chaotic and it's a battle against entropy every day. So there's certain activities that scratch that itch that are really relaxing for me. Solitaire and various difficult forms of solitaire are really relaxing for me because it's you're putting things where they go. You're just you're bringing order to a chaotic universe. You're an agent fighting against entropy. And I like that. So this 4, I don't really have enough information because it could be these 4 or it could be these 4 and there's no overlap. So it's not adequate information. So now this 5, because it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I know that that one is filled. And because this column only has 1s, I know that's filled. So I know this 4 is here, and I know that this is a 1, so I know this 5 is here. It's a nice cascading thing. Like as you solve one problem, it sort of reveals information about another problem. Often, especially on the smaller puzzles. On the larger puzzles, that becomes kind of less and less true over time. And sometimes you can definitely get stuck. And for me, this is an extremely momentum-based game. And sometimes it's easier for me to start over if I get stuck, just because if I lose momentum, it's bad. Okay, it's getting a little harder. Somewhere is a 2 and somewhere there's a 3, but that could be here. We can't really draw any conclusions about that. There's a 1 up here probably. Yeah, there has to be 1 up here, but there could be 1, 2, 3 anywhere in here. Same for the 2. These 1s. 1s are just not very fun because they can go anywhere. Okay, feeling slightly stuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 8, that 3 could go that way. This could reach all the way up to here. This 3 could reach to here. I don't think there's any information for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, because if 8 went here, this would be a space. Yeah. But the 3 could land there. Okay, there's some information for me somewhere. It's a 5, but we don't know which side it goes on. This 1 could be in here, or it could be over here. The 4 could be in either side of this. If we knew the 1 was there, we'd know where the 4 was, but we don't know. So 1 somewhere over here. 1 space, 1, 2. So the 2s could be here. 1 space, 1, 2. The 2s could be here. 3 could be anywhere in there. Feeling a little stuck. Oh. Okay, we know this column's finished. And because of that, we know that the 4 can't fit here. And because of that, we know that those 2 are in the 4. We know that a 2 can't fit here. That means this has to be the 3, so this has to be the 8. Great. And that has to be that 1. That took me longer than it should have. I don't like it when these take me more than... I like to be under 5 minutes, but this is a hard one. Okay, kind of lost my momentum for a second. Okay. So this has to be our 4. So we know our 1's over here. We don't know where it is yet. We know a 2 fits up here. We know that's a 1. We know that's a 5. We know that a 1 goes here. We know that's nothing. Getting closer. Okay, so this has to be 1 space 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3. So we know about those. We knew about this one anyway because it could be 1, 2, 3 or 1, 2, 3. 1 space 1, 2. So we know this is in our 2, whether it's... Wait, that's not true. That's not true. We can't draw that conclusion because it could be 1, 2, and then a 1 over here. I almost messed up. Oh. We could have known that already. Oops. Shoot. I just did those backwards and I don't remember what it was supposed to be. Oh man, kind of messed up. 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's what it's supposed to be, right? I wish this game had an undo. The other Picross-esque games I've played had undo, and that is the thing I appreciated, for sure. Okay, there's a 3 in here, the 2 somewhere in there, 1 somewhere in there. If this is a 3, then this can't be anything. This is our 2, so this is our 1. I'm guessing my narrating's getting annoying. I probably made my point. Oh, and it's tricky one. What did we get? A koala? Adorable. Okay. Is there only ever a 2-digit if it's the only one for that row column? No, because on the 15s there could be an 11 and a 3. I think it is fun. I like it a lot. If you wanted to just start playing with it, I really recommend that Konami Picross game. Is really good. I feel like it's less challenging than this, and there's a lot of puzzles, but it's good. It's very good. And it has some good music and some terrible music. So you're asking if there's a double digit, is it always the only one? No, because there could be a 13 and a 1 or a 12 and a 2 and still fit in here. So sometimes it's a little difficult on the horizontal lines to differentiate between the single and double digits, which I screwed up on last time, but the double digits are kind of like tiny squished together. All right, this is an 11, so I know it's gonna do this. And then sometimes I just look for numbers that look big. Like this would be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So this will reach 12, which is not enough to overlap with the 3, but it is enough to overlap with the 4. This one, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 will reach where as far as the 13 would, which would be here. But since this is a 5, I know that. I probably know something about the 4, but I don't care quite yet. The way I would figure it out is go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space 1, space 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how far I could reach if it was coming from the top. Coming from the bottom, it'd be 1, space 1, 2. Wait, really? 1, 2, 1 space 1, 2, 3, 4, space 1, space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did that add to 14? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It did add to 14. Okay, I was wrong. Okay, so then it would be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, space 1, space 1, 2, 3, 4. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, space 1, space 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. And then if it was 1 space 1, 2, 3. What? 1 space 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's right. It's a little weird when it's in the middle of the line like that. This one would be 10, 11, 12. That's enough to overlap with this 6. This is another 14. This is an easier one because it's not as weird. Okay. Oops. This starts with a 3, so I know this is going to happen. Starts with the 1, starts with the 2, and then a 3. Oops. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I know this because there's 2 spaces in there, so I know it's 1, 2, 3, and a 5. That's a 4. That makes that a 5. So once you One of the easy things to look for once you have a puzzle sharded is to look for something like this, like an unsurrounded blue piece, but that's butted against an X, because then I know that there's a 2 there. And here I know that a number's going to start, so I know it's a 3, and so on. So that can be like a good place to get a foothold, are those little breakout pieces. That's a 1. It can't go here because that would make a 2. That's a 1. Oops. That row's done. I didn't even notice. This is... There's only 9 spaces here, so we know this has to go there. We don't know where the 1 is because it could be in any of those. Okay. Any more easy, obvious things? This has to be a 1 because we couldn't have a 1 and get to the 3, so that's definitely a 1. And that means, and then this is all done. This is all done. This is a 3, and it's in here, so these are not all available. Same for this guy. Ouch! I should have streamed that Konami game. I thought about it a few times. It's just so silly. Oops. All these ones. I just don't like the ones. Ones are not very fun to deal with. Wait, I don't think I know that. Yeah, because there's no, you couldn't fit 2 things, so this has to be a 1, and these top and bottom ones have to be 2s. Oh, these ones. What is this a drawing of? Darts. It was a drawing of darts. Well, I think I want to just on this stream try to play through this whole level. Or whatever you call it, the whole stage. 12. Okay. So this I'm doing when I have a horizontal like this that's close to one edge. I can still know that, like, no matter what, even if 4 started all the way here, I know I'd go out to there, and I know that 7 goes out to here. So like these horizontals that are near, or like the crossings that are close to edges are helpful, both so I know how far to go, or in a case like this, I know I will never have anything here because that would make this a 3. Same thing here. Like this couldn't be 1, 2 because that's already a 2. So I know about this. That pushes this by 4. Pushes this by a lot. And that means I have that 5. That's 6 solved. I know there can't be a number here because that would make 5 and nothing is 5 long. So then I know that's the 2 and I know that's the 4. I know this will be the other 4. I know I have to start with the 1. I know 4 is after that. This has to be the 8, and this has to be the 3. All these 3s. Doogie Howser breakdown. 7, 8. What are we drawing here? Mm-hmm. Bird? What is this? A penguin. It was a penguin. It was a penguin the whole time. Okay, we got this. We can do this. These are a little like exhausting. Exhaust your brain a little bit. Uh-oh. Wait, what did I do wrong? Did I count that backwards? Okay, that 9 is good. This 8 goes the other way. My mistake. 7, space 1, space 1. 7, space 1. Oh, these headphones. What if I just threw them in a river or something? It's as big as they get. Ah. That sounds upside down. You can't listen like that. It really was weird. That changed the stereo. Okay, right. Oh no, I've just burned some time. Struggling with my headphones. Should pause it. Okay, anyway. What are we doing? This has to connect to this, because that's got to be part of that 8. So we know this is part of the 7. Oops. Off. We know this is part of the 7, but I don't think that really helps us. 6, 3, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. It felt like we were off to a good start, and now suddenly losing a little confidence. Is there anything useful? That's a 3 down there. That's a 2 down there. It's a 3, 3, 3, 4. Well, 7 isn't going to fit in there. Oops. Keep hitting the wrong button. Mm-hmm. Want to sneeze, but I don't think I have it in me. Oh no. That's a 2. Okay, what's next? Come to me. All these ones! Killing me. Gotta be a 1, can't be a 3, right? So this has to be our 3. Oh yeah. These very headphones. I tried to stretch them, but that just like makes them, look at the shape of these. That's not what a human's head is shaped like. No human's head is shaped like this. It should be shaped more like this. Do I have them adjusted too big? I don't think so. No. They're just bad. Should it just put them on the weird dent in my head? Maybe that will help alleviate the pain. That's what happens when you buy inexpensive things sometimes. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. Draclan, have you been playing that? What is it called? Valorant? My Valoria? My Valoria, my Valoria, even I adore ya. My Valoria. What is it called? Valorant? Did you go away? Draclan left me. Talk to Draclan anyway. Fine. I've got to get a Draclan alert button. I've said that before, but it remains true. It remains true to this day. This is taking a long time. It's all the ones. Okay, we know this is a 2. So this has to be the 2. So this has to be like this. There's just no other option. That could be a 1 or a 3, though. And that could go either way, and that one could go anywhere. Oh, these ones, these flippin' ones. just don't enjoy my time with him. Losing steam a little bit. Maybe it's the pressure on my brain. The brain pressure. Okay, we know there's a 1 in here. Right? I guess we don't. It doesn't have to be 1 in there. Because it could be 1 space, 1, 2. No, it has to be. There's a 1 in here. One of these friends. So, 1, 2, 2. It's got to be like that, I believe. Corey's playing Animal Crossing New Horizons. I sure played a lot of that game. Got a 5-star island, got a gold armor. I did the thing today where I installed Pocket Camp just to get some... What compelled me to stream this? Is that bad? Does that mean this is bad? Because I've just been playing it a lot. And it's relaxing, and I could just relax here and do this, except my headphones hurt my head, which are like, it's really compromising my relaxation vibes. Are you not happy with the stream, Declan? Wait, you are enjoying it? Oh, I'm glad. I asked you a question a minute ago. What is that game called? Valorant? Valorant? Is that beta still going? Okay, I've lost my train of thought again. This puzzle's taking forever. There's a 2 right here. We know that. Obviously. That's got to be a 3. That means this has to be a 1. And this has to be a 2. And a 2 can't fit here. So that has to be true. And it has to be... This can't be the 3. Got to be the 1. And if that's true, then this has to be the 3. Just common sense. Valorant? Is that how you say it? Valorant? You know what I need to stream is that Minecraft RTX. Did you watch that trailer? I gotta do some Minecraft RTX streaming. Or whatever they call it. So wait, the Valorant was just in beta, right? When does it actually come out? Summertime. Summertime and the living is easy. Oops. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mama's good looking. So hush, little Draclin, don't you cry. Wait, there's a 7 here. How did I not notice that before? Oof, this one's real. This one's a marathon. If I would stop getting distracted, I could probably be done by now. But you know, the crushing feeling of these headphones just crushing my skull is... I really want to put one here, but I don't actually know if that's true. Something just tells me it is. But it's not how the game is played. Why would anyone buy headphones this bad? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? I just need them to like not be shaped so poorly. Like, you just look at it, and that's just not what a human's head is shaped like. It's just not. I've never seen a human with a head shaped like that. Not one time. Not one time. Maybe there's comfort mods. Mono price headphones comfort mod. Is it these? No, it's not these. I forgot what the model is. Headband mod. I mean, they're real cheap. It's really not worth modding them. I should have just bought more of those Sonys. I should have brought them with me. I should have brought all my stuff with me. I should have planned for a pandemic. This is just like poor pandemic planning on my part. Maybe if I stretch them over a box and then also like wrap them in twine and like try to give them the shape that I want them to have. Or I could just get so mad at them that I break them and then I don't have to deal with them anymore. I didn't even enjoy the reveal of that ship because my head hurts. I guess I could just use my phone headphones. Right, that was too many. Maybe 12, 13, so we can go out to wherever. Oh, that's 13. 15. Oof, look at this mess. Look at this. I think it's a 13 though. It's useless. So now it's the 14. So I can go here. Great. This one goes to 12. It's not good enough. That one goes to 13. Okay. Oops. One and a two, can't be three. That was a 1, space 1, space 1, space 1, 2. But the 2 could never be there. That could be a 2, but this couldn't be a 2. Same applies for you. One space 1. That one could be. Maybe I should put these in the oven. Melt the plastic a little bit. Sounds like a great idea. Ugh, ones everywhere, everywhere. It's covered in ones. I can almost figure that one out. Well, that has to be part of the 7. There's no 1s here, so this has to be a 3. And if this is a 1, then that has to be a 2, then this has to be a 2. There's so little information with the 1s. 1 space 1 2 space 1 2. So it's got to be a 1 and a 1 2 on each side of this. This has to be like this, I think. And the 7, no, that could be the 1. Invalid conclusion, but there's no 4s. There's a 2 down here, and you're a 3. How do they generate these? I would assume there's like some algorithmic generative part to them, but there's also drawings. Like, I'm curious about the process. Okay, I lost the thread for a second. Maybe more than a second. Mm-hmm. They did a good job with this music. So far, it's the only music in the game, and it is not annoying yet. Just an impressive feat. I mean, I guess that's like kind of the goal of like Miyazaki shop music, so that it can just go forever. A whole lot of ones left. Oops. What is it? A fountain, a beautiful fountain. Okay. Hour 20. Let's do it. Let's try to get through these remaining 3. Maybe I don't need to stretch them. Maybe I need to squish them. Maybe that's my problem. I'm trying to solve the wrong problem. I need to put 1,000 rubber bands on them. I don't have any rubber bands here. Okay, I'm going to try to stop complaining about my headphones. Doesn't mean I'll stop, but I'll try to stop. Oops. I'm not gonna complain about them. I'm not gonna say a word. I hope I don't accidentally drop them out the window. It would be a real tragedy. This part is so rigid. Why is it so rigid? What are we doing? Sorry for sniffling into the phone. That's probably gross. I haven't made any progress for a minute. Okay, let's go through these. 3 on both sides of this, but we don't know where. That could be anything. Anything. Go to 4. There's a 3 over yonder somewhere, but who knows? We just don't know where that 1 is. This one could be here, or it could be here. Don't know the answer. We know there's a 4 over here, but we're not ready to draw conclusions. We have this much overlap with this 5. I think that's all we know about that 3 and that 2. And then we have 10 out of 11. Wait, we already have 6 there. I missed that. We're on a roll for just a second. I had to slow my roll. This has to be a 2. So if this was like 1 space, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's all that could fit there. Oops. I'm doing great. Is this a pretty flower? What is this? It's a hamburger. All right, 2 more puzzles. We can do this. We got this. We can do it. We can do this. Look, it's got half the puzzle marked out for us. It's going to be a piece of cake, right? Wait, is that true? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 would be there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Oops. Oof. Not a lot of big numbers here. So that would be 1 space, 1 space, 1 space, 1, 2 space, 1, 2. One, 2 space, 1, 2. 1 space, 1 space, 1 space, 1, 2. Yeah. Oogie. Oh, this one looks like it's gonna be a real something else. There's 12, so we need numbers that total to more than 12. Is that true? Wait. More than 6, really. But have to be big enough to reach from the top. Oh boy. It's not really a very auspicious start. Okay, 3 can't fit up here. 3 has to be down here. Even if it was 1 space, 1, 2, 3. That was a tricky start. Uh-oh. Screwed up. Three, 4, 5. Yeesh. I feel like I gotta restart. Cause that's a scary one. One space. I don't remember any of the conclusions we drew. So one space, one space. So we know 3 is down here. That's what we figured out. So even if there was a 1 space, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think that's what we figured out. But is that what was wrong? This wants to start with a 2. So it just can't be that one. That's what I did wrong. I think I marked one too many squares as unfillable. That's not right. Shoot, I need to undo. Did I have another thing in here? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because that could be a 1. Yeah. That's a 1, but that could still be 1. Have a 2 here. Oh boy. Starting to slouch. Slouching is happening. Okay, up and at him. Up and at him. A 2 can't fit over here. And if the 2 goes here, a 1 has to go here, so the 4 has to go here. And if that's true, and this has to be the 4, and if this is the 4, then the 1 has to be there. Oh, the 1 was back there. Oops. Oops, that's a 2. Oh. Oh, that was guaranteed. Are these the worst headphones I've ever worn? Yes. That's probably not true, but yes. Is that some kind of snack? Croissant? It's a nice croissant. Okay, this is it. No assists. It's gonna be a hard one. Probably gonna screw up. Probably gonna need to restart, but hey, let's just get in here. Start right here. Okay. Upcoming event? No, that's not gonna happen. Okay, I feel like that was an okay start. Mm-hmm. Wait, space 1, 2, 3, space 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Felt too convenient for a minute. These headphones were a mistake I made. Made a mistake. It's my crown. This is my punishment crown. For an imprudent purchase. Okay, let's win this puzzle. How about that? What do you say to that? I say I don't know how. Yeah, could still fit. Wait. Okay. It's handy. Mm-hmm. This has to be the 4. This has to be the 2. Okay, we got it. We got this. It's coming. It's all coming together. Except somehow we have 9 here. So we have a mistake. Oh no! Feels like the mistake's at this end. Oh, that's very bad. We definitely have a mistake. I kind of want to just keep going, but we may be in horrible shape. Like every new thing I do could be wrong. Hopefully it's a very localized mistake. But I can't just turn this off to get back to 8. Because then the 9 wouldn't fit without like really rethinking what goes on up there. So it seems like it's going to be here. But then that's wrong. Yeah, it looks like a big mistake. Like a very big mistake. Okay, well, I don't want to start over, so hopefully it is a mistake we can recover from. But recovering from mistakes, especially on a big puzzle, it's not easy. Not an easy feat. That's too bad. Every single thing could be wrong. Oh wait, this is only 6. So maybe that was a really easy mistake to fix. Okay. I think we're okay. Scary. I was scared. Scared. Whew. I scared myself for a minute. What is that, a bird? Is that a ninja? It's a ninja. I knew it. I knew it all along that it was a ninja. Okay. Well, that's Picross. There's also these mega puzzles that are really weird. Maybe we should do one mega Picross. These are pretty intense. I haven't done a 10x10 one yet. So you have these things where like where you have numbers that span columns and it's some blob of blocks. So this one doesn't look too bad. Let's see. Let's just do one of these. See how we fare. 10x10 feels easy after the last one. Oops. Wrong button. Okay. We almost done all we can do. Eesh. Okay, we know there's a 4 in this column. But before that happens, there's this weird connect to. So I think this is going to span across here. Like that. And then this column's done. Kind of weird how these work. It's a little hard to explain. It just means it spans columns, but it could be an odd number. They can be weird amorphous shapes. Okay, we know there's a 1 here. And we know there's a 1 here. But it's about to get weird. Okay, we gotta figure this out. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total that are touching. We end up with 9. We still have one more 1 that has to happen here, so that really has to be there. And that takes care of this. That takes care of this. So we have to make... Oh, okay. Well, maybe I can maybe figure all this out without even having to do that. Okay. That's what this, well, I can't show you. It's the nunchucks. That one I actually didn't have to use the 9. I could figure it out from everything else. So that made it a little easier. Anyway, I think we're gonna call it. Thanks for playing Picross with me. Look at the shape of these on my head. Look at the shape of these. They should be shaped like this. Maybe I'll go wrap them up in twine. Anyway, I'm done. Get these off. Get these out of here. I don't need those on my head. Except now my hair is real weird. Real messed up. Thanks for hanging out. I really like Picross. I need to resist the temptation to just churn through a trillion of these though. Because I feel like this is going to be a very important airplane kind of game. When airplanes are a thing that happens again, like when we can fly in airplanes again. Picross seems like a good airplane game. I need to just buy all of them now while they're on sale and just stash them ready for airplanes. Okay, we'll get back to work tomorrow, and that'll be that. So have a lovely evening. I'll see you then.